At the end of this video, you should know what the relationship between a Google project and your Dialogflow agent is. Do we need to create a Google project first before we can create a Dialogflow agent, or is it not required? In the last section of the last module, we left off at the point where we'd said that the first configuration step for your chatbot is to create an agent, and the agent is simply a programmatic module. If you look at the definition of an agent on Google's Dialogflow, you'll see that they are called natural language understanding modules. This is because they understand what the user speaks conversationally and transform these user requests into actionable data. Clicking on Create Agent will take you to a configuration page which looks like this. Here you specify a whole lot of information about the agent that you want to create. We start off with the agent name. The agent name has a number of restrictions on what you can use within the name. You should have no white spaces, and there are a number of special characters which are not allowed. What is allowed is alphabets, numbers, dashes, and underscores. In fact, when you hover over this text box, you'll get feedback on what is allowed and what is not. The agent that we're going to build is a chat bot which will allow us to reserve rooms and reserve cars when we are planning our trip. So we'll simply call it the trip planner. Now, let's say you work a lot with Dialogflow and you create a number of agents. It's often helpful to have a description field which describes the purpose of your agent. Here, I'm going to put in a bot to help with planning trips. That's exactly what our trip planner does. Now, you'll see a field here which says Add Sample Data. This is because Dialogflow helps you get your agent up and running by using the knowledge set or the data set that has been used to build another agent. So you could have a complete agent which is running in production, and you want to use the same responses, user expressions, and other details from this agent that you have in production and use that to train this new agent that you're going to set up. In fact, Dialogflow makes it easy by simply allowing you to add sample data right in here. But we are going to build our agent from scratch, so we can simply ignore this field and move on to looking at default languages. The default language is the main language that your agent understands. This is the language that most of your customers will use while interacting with your chatbot. Here, we are going to go with English. You can also specify specific locales of English, such as English American, English UK, Australian, and so on. It's important that you get this choice correct when you first make it for this agent. This is because the default language cannot be changed once you've chosen it. You can add additional language, but the default cannot be changed. As you can see, there are a number of different options, and the number of options will only increase as the Dialogflow team adds more and more languages here. I'm going to go ahead and choose English because that's the only language I know on this list. Also, this course is in English. Next up is the time zone field. This is the field which specifies what time zone your bot lives at. Here, the field is a little wrong. I'm based in Bangalore, India, and it says GMT plus 6 hours, whereas it's actually GMT plus 5.5 hours. So I'm going to click on the drop down, make the correction, and then move on to the Google project. Every agent that you create on Dialogflow has a corresponding Google project, that is, a project on the Google Cloud platform that it lives within. So you have to either create a new project or choose a pre existing project where your Dialogflow agent will live. I've been doing a bunch of mucking around with the Google Cloud platform. So I have a number of projects which already exist: Pizza Bots, Trip Planner. I practiced a bunch before I actually recorded this demo. But if you're doing this for the very first time, you won't have any pre existing projects, which means you can simply choose create a new Google project. Don't worry about anything, you're not going to be billed for this. Remember, Dialogflow is absolutely free. It'll simply create a Google project associated with the account or the Gmail account that you use to log in. At this point, you filled every field in this form. You can click on save. You can see it working as it updates the settings in your backend, and you have your first agent. This is the screen that you should see, the intents screen with two intents pre configured. We'll see what they are in the next video. So the question here is, do we need to create a Google project first? And the answer is no. You can simply choose the option which says create a new Google project. Even if you don't have any projects pre-configured, Dialogflow will create one for you. However, every Dialogflow agent does require a Google Cloud project associated with the account that you use to log into Dialogflow. Since Google bought API.ai back in 2016, Dialogflow or API.ai is closely integrated with Google and needs a project on Google's cloud offerings before you can continue.